between Team Germany and Team Belarus. Добрый вечер, уважаемые любители хоккея. И добро пожаловать на игру IIHF чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016 года между командами Германии и Беларусь. The game officials for this game have been licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Представляет судейскую бригаду матча судьи Международной Федерации Хоккея. The referees of the game are главный судьи матча Stefan Panzerius and Brett Iverson. The linesmen are Jon Gillian and Andres Malmqvist. Линейные судьи Jon Gillian и Andres Malmqvist. The starting lineup for Team Belarus. Стартовый состав команды Беларусь. Голкипер, вратарь, number 1, номер 1, Виталий Коваль. Defenders, защитники, number 89, номер 89, Дмитрий Коробов. Number 9, номер 9, Роман Дюков. Forward, нападающие. Number 46, Андрей Костицын, номер 46. Number 17, номер 17, Алексей Галюшный. Number 74, номер 74, Сергей Костицын. The starting lineup for Team Germany. Стартовый состав команды Германии. Goalkeeper, вратарь, number 1, номер 1, Томас.
Okay, boys.
Defender, защитники. Number 7, Beryl Boyle, номер 7. Number 82, номер 82, Zinan Agdag.
Welcome inside Yubileni Sports Palace in beautiful St. Petersburg, Russia, getting set for preliminary round action between Germany and Belarus. Ryan Rashog alongside Sean Burke. And Sean, this is a game that could go a long way in determining fourth place in this group. You've got Canada, the United States, and Finland, and Germany, one of those teams battling with Belarus for that fourth spot.
Yeah, both these teams looking at this as a huge game tonight here. Obviously, they both want to get into the quarterfinal, and they're looking at this as must-wins. And you know, I think this is going to be an excellent hockey game. The Germans we saw the other day are quick and play physical, and Belarus has got a quick team as well. So looking for a big game here tonight.
Germans managed to stay tied with Canada through 40 minutes in their game against one of the tournament favorites the other night, and looking to pick up some much-needed points here today. Puck moved down into Germany's end. And the forecheck is Kostitsyn, plays it around the boards. Marcus Kink leaves it for Daryl Boyle. Throws it around to the far side. Seidenberg back to the defenseman, gets it back. Seidenberg pushes it ahead. This is Kink over the line. Kink throws it to the middle. Early chance for Germany. Puck out in front of the net. They get another crack at it, but it dribbles wide. Linglet moves up over the blue line. Centers. Stash with the backhand. Puck is there and fired off the stick of Jeff Platt and up into the net. There you see Marco Sturm on the left, head coach for Germany. 3 world championships, 3 Olympic games. Dave Lewis, familiar face, coached in Detroit and in Boston as well. Face off to the right of Thomas Greiss, who flew in time to back up against Canada the other day. After the New York Islanders were eliminated from the playoffs, Greiss took a few days and now has joined his German teammates. He gets the call tonight as Linglet looking for the rebound. And away comes Corbanian Holzer, former Maple Leaf, onto the wing for Reimer. Throws it past Vitaly Koval. Back to the line, into the high slot, chance here. And that off the stick of Jerome Flacchi. It was a tough schedule in the early going for Belarus. They faced Finland, the United States, and Canada in their first 3 games. and they got thumped. 20 goals against. They managed to score just 5, but then had a huge win against Slovakia. A 4-goal comeback in the third period ignited their hopes for a playoff spot. And now a big game this afternoon against Germany. Puck back to the point. Right in front, this is Nobles with a chance. Puck into the middle of the ice, and now Belarus away with it. Penalty coming up here is looked to be a hold on the stick. And so we'll get our first power play of the game. The Germans did a nice job starting fast against Canada the other night, Sean.
Yeah, they sure did. And for 2 periods, I think they were probably the better hockey team. They're a big club. They are physical. And when you add a guy like Thomas Greiss, who even though he's flown all the way over here to join the team, they're going to have more confidence now that they have a legitimate #1 goaltender in net for them.
So Belarus gets the first power play opportunity of the night, 13th in the tournament so far, just 2 for 16, 12.5%. They'll look to improve on that as they move forward. And they get the face-off. This is Gorovets. Our side to Kostitsyn. Sergei Kostitsyn, your brother of Andre. Puck back to Gorovets. Just managed to keep it in. This is Kaluzhny. This is Stash, back to Kaluzhny. Far side, Kostitsyn, snapshot, blocked there by Garrett Fauser. Kaluzhny tried to play it down low, had it broken up, and Germany will clear. Hager doing some good work on the penalty kill. Circles in the offensive zone, now looks back, has Holzer with all kinds of time and space. Holzer back up to Seidenberg now. Seidenberg waits, throws it back again to Holzer. This one a little too far for him, he'll have to hurry here. No problem, over to Christian Ehrhoff. And he fires at the length of the ice. Big hit there as Korobov got decked by Kink. And not much doing in the first 70 seconds of this Belarus power play. On the dump in, Platt, first man there, gives it to Gavris. Move back to the line, Korobov, far side, one-timer coming, Linglet didn't get much on it. Out to the middle of the ice, thrown in on Greiss, bouncing around in the blue paint, and a great chance there, just off the stick of Gavris. Back to the line, Korobov. Platt pushes it to Linglet, backhand pass, finds nobody, and sent down the ice. Final seconds ticking off of that penalty to Nobles. Teams now 5-on-5. Nobles out of the penalty box, stays on the ice, turns it over. Demkov. This is Palovich. Gogula, number 87 for Germany. It's their leading scorer so far in the tournament. Helps clear the zone. You've seen him play a couple of times now, Sean. I know you don't mind Gogula's game.
No, I think he has a really good overall game. He's not maybe the quickest guy, but he competes really hard. I know against us, he made a great play on their second goal, so he shows a little bit of offense as well.
Turnover in the middle of the ice. Across the line comes Moritz Mueller. Low shot, scores! Patrick Reimer checking in off the bench, had some time and space, and a low snapshot gives Germany a 1-0 lead with 15:34 left in the first period.
Germany, right after killing a penalty here, comes back into the zone, and it looks like this puck might get tipped. It goes back to the point here, just a simple shot towards the net. And I think there was a stick by the German player out front there, Hager, maybe to tip that one in, but that's a tough goal for the Belarusians to give up. They didn't do much on their power play, comes back into their zone, and they're down 1-0.
So they will give it to Patrick Hager. That'll be his second of the tournament and 4th point, as he managed to get it past Vitaly Koval on the deflection. And so the Germans, once again, with a reasonably fast start, and have a 1-0 lead to work with. Holzer rims it hard around the boards, looking for Reimer. Yavenko pinches down, manages to hold the zone. Keep your eye on big number 25 for Belarus. He is a monster, plays in the American Hockey League. Reimer, bothered there by Platt, throws it in behind his own net. Over to collect it is Jerome Flacchi. Flacchi starts out on the left wing boards, cross the line, loads up a shot. Koval, big rebound, but Godovets is there. Hard around the boards, Holzer keeps it in. Reimer misfires on the pass, off the glass and out to center. Corbanian Holzer, 4th round draft pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2006. Played 29 games in the National Hockey League. Throws it up to Leon Draisaitl through the middle of the ice. Draisaitl is offside.
Another look here at the goal as the Germans come into the zone. Just a real simple play off the bench, and Hager goes to the net, gets a stick on it. Germans take a 1-0 lead here and off to another good start for their team.
Draisaitl in to take the draw against Kaluzhny. Leon Draisaitl, interesting to note, averaging just 16 minutes of ice time a game, has barely played the last couple of games. Just over 14 minutes, which is well below what he's used to. Averaged 18 minutes in the NHL. Chance here for Germany, and there's Draisaitl. He's on the ice now, and he makes it count. 2-0 Germany. Draisaitl had been dry through the first 4 games for Team Germany, just 2 assists. And that'll be a little weight off of his back.
Well, no sooner, I was just about to say that I thought Draisaitl looked tired in the first few games, and he shows a little jump here, gets open, and a great pass on his stick. No problem bearing that one, but he's a guy that Germany is really counting on. I don't think up till this point he's had the kind of jump he's like, but maybe tonight's his night.
So Leon Draisaitl on the board, and Germany with a 2-0 lead. That's 2 goals in 1 minute and 18 seconds for the Germans. Keep in mind, Belarus did come back from a 2-goal deficit in their last game, but they've got some work to do here. Puck played out to center. Reeds Mueller hands it off to Felix. Royale over to Christian Ehrhoff. Royale gets it back, pushes it up to Gogula, backhands it in. Back to pick it up is Evgeny Lisovets. Had 3 assists in that comeback win against Germany, did Lisovets. Dumped down to Thomas Greiss. Belarus without a shot on net here through the first 6 minutes and 48 seconds. And for a team desperate to grab onto a spot in the next round, Belarus off to a slow start here in St. Petersburg.
And assisted by number 91, Moritz Müller. Главный судья вносит поправку. Первую шайбу воротной команды Беларуси. С передачи Морица Мюллера, номер 91, забросил Патрик Ример, номер 37.
Nothing for Marco Sturm and his group. San Jose Sharks first round draft pick, 21st overall in the 96 NHL entry draft. And Leon Draisaitl, of course, third overall by the Edmonton Oilers seasons ago. He'll be glad to get one. Had a chance to go out for dinner with teammates Connor McDavid and Taylor Hall the other night. The 3 of them getting together out here. That's one of the interesting things about these international events, Sean. You run into teammates and maybe get to rub elbows a little bit. It's not all hate, is it?
No, it's an interesting format. You know, you see the guys around in the weight room together, you see them out at dinner together, and once that puck drops, everybody's competitive and wants to win, but there is almost an Olympic-type village sort of feeling to these games at times, and I think it's great for the guys.
Just to finish that thought on Draisaitl, averaged 18 minutes a night in the NHL this last season, but played just over 14 minutes the last couple of games, and the head coach may be deferring to some of the more veteran players. Seidenberg brings it over the line, throws it back, winding, firing his Cahoon, and coming across was Vitaly Koval, who's looking to bounce back after a couple of goals against.
Yeah, that's a big save. The Belarusians are not ready to start this game. Not getting any opportunities offensively. They had a power play they did very little on, and the Germans have come back and responded with 2 goals, and Koval has to make a good save there. These guys be in a huge hole early in this game.
Face off to the right of Koval. Dominic Cahoon steps in. He'll take it against Andrei Stas. Stas wins it clean. Roman Dukov off the glass. Won't clear the zone. Chipped in. In on the forecheck is Reimer. Good work there by Reimer to disturb things. Puck pushed to the right side. Platt gives it back to Korobov. Hard around the boards off the stick of Dukov. Cahoon throws it up to Garrett Fauser. Takes a hip check as he dumps it in. On the boards to Charles Linglet. Brought in across the German line. Winding and firing is Platt. Easy save there for Grice, who got down and the pad was there. Ehrhoff across the line, throws it just to the right of the net. Linglet now. The near side for Lisevets. Dumps it in and gives chase. Lisevets in on Auger. Turned over. Andrei Kostitsyn plays it down low. Kaluzhny working behind the German net. Work back to the point now. Lisevets looked to the front, couldn't get it through, and away comes Schutz to Gogula. Bodied hard by Ustenenko. Puck fired around the boards, held in at the line by Boyle. Boyle far side to Akdag. Sinon Akdag throws it towards the net, right in front, jamming away at it. As Koval was down and the puck was loose, but it stays out.
Well, another chance for the Germans. They're off to a quick start with 2 goals already, and as you see here, a lot of traffic in front of net. They have 2 guys in the crease banging away, and Koval's actually made a couple of good saves here. This game could be 3 or 4-0 already.
But allowed 8 goals on 56 shots coming into this game, a 4.0 goals against average, which isn't ideal, but did make 24 saves in that win over Slovakia. Auger with a chance to add to the goal he's already collected here tonight. Bit of a delay here as Kirill Godovets had to go to the bench to collect a new stick for Koval. '35-year-old getting another start here for Belarus. And set to go with the face-off. Draisaitl in for Germany. Nobles can't collect it off the draw. Turned back by Stepanov, just over Germany's line. And puck played out to center. Down into Germany's end. First there is Belarus. This is Stepanov in the corner. Steps around Draisaitl off the back of the net. Leon got a skate on that, comes away with it. Nobles dumps it in. Has Masik with him. Yavenko is there to grab it. And the big 6'7" defenseman helps clear the zone. Out through center. That was Kavorshin on the dump in. Nobles played it ahead to Cahoon. Just dodges a hit at the line, but turned it over. Back comes Belarus, in across the line. Hard snapshot off the blocker of Grice. Masik looking to the far side, and that is chipped up and out of play off the stick of defenseman Roman Dukov.
A look here at the quick start for the Germans. We thought this first one might have been tipped, but it goes back to Reimer, and then play off the rush. Good passing play, Draisaitl finishing, no problem there into an open net. Germans off to a very good start here, and much like Belarus's last game, they really got off to a slow start and had to come back in the second half of the game. We'll see what happens for them here tonight.
10th place finish for Germany at last year's World Championships. They would love to improve on that. They're set to co-host next year with France. As the puck is moved out to center. Dukov. Puck bounces over the stick of Greiss. Christian Ehrhoff, longtime NHLer, is in to play it, but referee had his arm in the air, and another penalty coming up. And it looks like this one is going to go against Belarus. So Germany will get an opportunity with the power play as Alexei Kaluzhny is heading to the box.
Real tough penalty to take here, down 2-0, and Kaluzhny just getting a little lazy there, reaching in on Ehrhoff and holding him. Belarus here is going to have to kill this off. We're halfway through the first period. They haven't created anything offensively and could be down 3-0 here if they're not careful.
Well, it was a German penalty kill that got some momentum for them. Perhaps Belarus's penalty kill can do the same. Germans 12th in the tournament on the power play, 3 for 19 coming in, 15.8%. Belarus, though, their penalty kill has not been good in this tournament. They're 15th, 9 goals against on 21 power plays. That's a 57% penalty kill, Sean.
Not going to win many hockey games that way, and I don't know if the team's got to change anything. I didn't think they blocked enough shots, and we'll see what they can do on this one.
The Swiss are worse, though. 50%. As Gogula throws it on net. Rebound, they score! That didn't take long. Felix Schutz was there to collect the rebound. And Germany is running away with this thing. It is 3-0.
Pretty simple play here from the Germans, power play. We can see why the Belarusians are struggling on their penalty kill. Just a simple shot to the net, not taking anybody in front. 2 German guys banging away there, and it's 3-0 here.
Gogula once again in on the action. And not a good start for Vitaly Koval. And head coach Dave Lewis is going to be calling a timeout here to try and rally his troops a little bit. How much of these can you fault Koval for so far?
Well, on this particular play, there's not really a lot he can do. You know, we're just talking about the lack of penalty killing for the Belarusian team, and that's a real simple play. Gogula with a shot from the top of the circle, nobody in front taking anybody. You know, Koval probably doesn't like the rebound he gave up, but at the end of the day, you do need a little help when you're killing penalties, and especially guys standing around the front of net, you have to take those guys.
Our producer is not happy with me. Peter Buchanan says I missed an opportunity to say Schutz scores. So we'll see if he gets another one. I'll be sure to work that in for you. Belarus with some work to do. And out of the corner works Marcel Gotch. Looks to the front of the net. Germany not going to take their foot off the pedal here. That pass to Ehrhoff. A little too far to his right and clears the zone. Yavenko. Go to Vets. Can't clear the line. Long shot. In on to Koval. Play was offside. Schutz played a couple of years with St. John's in the Quebec Major Junior League, a couple of years with Portland in the American Hockey League as well. Spending some time in front of the net there. Face-off coming all the way down to the left of Thomas Greiss. Mesik plays it to Leon Draisaitl. Pass bounces way up into the air and in front of Germany's bench. Thrown down now into Belarus's end. Noble's in on the forecheck along with Draisaitl. Finds Royal at the line. Royal floats along, wrist shot in, and Koval covers it up. Denny Royale, 7 seasons with Mannheim, won the league title last year. He too played a couple of years in the Quebec Major Junior League. Saw a little bit of action in the American Hockey League. A lot of journeyman AHLers play for some of these European nations. Become naturalized in the cities they played in. Belarus has a number of those players. Lalonde, Linglet, and Platt all became citizens together January in 2012. The 3 of them did it. And are now competing for Belarus in the World Championships. Have done so for several years. That's Linglet in over the line offside. You played a lot of international hockey, Sean. That's common to see North Americans, Canadians playing all over the world.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of these guys have great careers over in Europe. Many teammates that I've had over the years, Olympic teams, national teams, come over to Germany, Switzerland, make a great living for themselves and play some really good hockey.
Nigel Dawes having a heck of a good tournament for Kazakhstan. Got 3 goals and 4 assists, 7 points so far for them. Spent some time in the NHL. Orbanian Holzer tries to throw it up ice. Koval leaves it there. Roman Dukov can't find the handle. He'll try again. This time he clears. Platt onto the wing for Linglet. It was offside, and Belarus will have to clear. Headman pass for Reimer. And that was about 4 feet in the air. Misses him high. And that'll be an icing. We're back to St. Petersburg in a moment. .35 remaining in the opening period of play. Ryan Brashog alongside Sean Burke here at Jubilee Sports Palace in St. Petersburg. Preliminary round action between Belarus and Germany in a game that will go a long way in determining who gets that 4th spot out of this group and moves on into the quarterfinal round. Germany out to a 3-0 lead. Off to a good start here today. Sean, your team also off to a good start in the tournament so far. Canada, 25 goals in 4 games. Did you know you'd have that much offense at your fingertips?
Well, I think we did feel that that was the strength of our team. And, you know, last night, that was probably a good game for us, where for 2 periods, the Germans played excellent hockey, challenged us. We were able to pull away in the 3rd period. But sometimes in these tournaments, you can get lulled to sleep a little bit. And, you know, if you get some of those easy games and you're not challenged, it's difficult. But our guys responded, had a great 3rd period, and I think overall that was a good game for us.
Germany actually had 3 goals on you after 40 minutes, but one of them was called back as a shot in by Hager is stopped by Vitaly Koval. Akdag, hard rim. Over to collect it is Gogula. Return feed for him wasn't there, and punted in from the line. This is Hager working out of the corner. Bothered there by Dukov, buys himself some time. Gives it to Akdag in the middle of the ice. His shot doesn't get through. Yavenko ahead to Kostitsyn. Dump in doesn't quite work. They'll head to the bench and complete the change. Shoots. Lays it around for Moritz Mueller. Out to center. Denny Royale stepped up to pinch. Puck in behind him now. Mueller chases back into his own end. Belarus trying to cycle down low. This is Kavorshin. Working on Mueller, back to the line. Shot in from the point off the stick of Korobov. That's blocked. Royal away with it high off the glass. Was looking ahead to Marcel Gotch. He's chasing down Evgeny Lisovets. Gotch interrupts the play. Seidenberg in. Puck played out to center. Christian Ehrhoff. 8 games with the Blackhawks this season. 789 NHL games played for defenseman Christian Ehrhoff. Leon Draisaitl in on the forecheck. Nobles. Back to Ehrhoff at the line. Across to Holzer. Looks to the front. Waits. Now he throws it there. Rebound is juicy, but Charles Linglet clears. Away comes Belarus. Platt just over the line. Stash. Cycles. Gets it back. Ehrhoff picks it off, throws it over to Holzer. Corbanian Holzer dumps it in, and 5 Germans will head to the bench on a change. Pass too far ahead for Kenkel. And thrown in onto Greiss. Agdag. Reimer on the right wing. Loses it. Gets it back, spins, fires it towards the net. Knocked away by Dukov. Roman Dukov. The center, hands it off. And into the glove of Greiss. He plays it a little awkwardly off the end boards. You had Greiss, and Phoenix is a chance right out in front. Pavlovich almost had one. Greiss diving, and Germany forced to clear. I was just going to say, you had Greiss in Phoenix. How is he as far as handling the puck goes?
Well, it was always an adventure for Thomas handling the puck. He's got better at it, but it's not his strength. Right after he almost gives that puck away, though, he comes back with a great save. And he's a guy I really enjoyed working with. Incredible work ethic, stays out after practice. He'll wait for hours if he needs to for guys to go off the ice. But puck handling was something we worked a lot on, but didn't come naturally to Thomas.
41 games played with the New York Islanders this year. 236 goals against average, 925 save percentage, very respectable numbers. And 11 games played in the playoffs in that loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Big addition for Team Germany here. Agdag plays it behind the net. Around the wall for Jerome Flacchi. Reimer chips it down into the Belarus zone. There's Yavenko. Awkward handle, turns it over. And Charles Linglet will take over from Montreal, Quebec. In over the line, Linglet with a snapshot was looking top shelf, and Greiss was there. Out to center, this is Seidenberg now, has Gotch with him. Seidenberg throws it across Royal, the defenseman had pinched up. The pass was out of his reach. Thrown cross ice now, here's a chance for the speedy Platt, in, Platt fires it off the side of the net, and a glorious chance for Belarus to get on the board. King. That was Moritz Mueller dumping it in. Maybe a little bit of momentum for Belarus here late in the first period. Across the line is Ustinenko, has it taken away, and Gogula the other way. Odd man rush coming. Gogula tries to throw it across, and a nice diving play there by Kenkel. Back to the line, Holzer pulls it in, fires just wide. Ehrhoff moving down, holds the zone. Christian Ehrhoff gives it to Gogula. Spins back. Philip Gogula, leading point getter for Germany so far at these World Championships. Onto the right side, and away with it comes Stepanov. Ehrhoff back to break that up. Christian Ehrhoff out to center. Dumps it in behind Koval. Brooks Masick was the first one there. Draisaitl, Nobles. And that shot misses to the point. Boyle throws it around behind the net. Just out of the reach of Draisaitl. And the outlet pass to Dukov. In onto Greiss. Turnover behind the net. Nobles is there, tries to help out. And across into Belarus's end is Leon Draisaitl. Throws it into the middle of the ice. Masick was there, but couldn't quite corral it. Kaluzhny comes away with it, but Nobles takes over. Germany will dump it in with 1:20 remaining here in the opening frame. Korobov on the left wing. Lifts a dump into the far corner. Brown onto the wall. Held in. Korobov throws it to the net. Tipped in front neatly by Platz. And the net is pushed off the crease. 59 seconds remaining. Germany leading on the shot clock 12-4. A little pushback here though from Belarus, Sean.
Yeah, the game's starting to open up a little bit. The Germans, I've been really impressed with Draisaitl tonight though. He's playing both ends of the rink, and as you see here, probably the best chance for the Belarusians. Platt coming down, makes a good move. He runs out of room, and they haven't really tested Grice. This is an opportunity. He's flowing over here all the way from North America and had a real easy period so far, being outshot 12-4 the Belarusians are, and starting to look like they're coming a little bit here though.
Did you ever have to fly and play on short notice like that overseas?
Never overseas. I was traded once from Carolina all the way out to Vancouver and played that night. That's the longest flight I've ever taken, and I can tell you the legs didn't feel very good that night, so I can only imagine what it must feel like for Thomas Grice.
Any idea how many NHL goals you gave up?
A lot.
Ballpark it, guess?
Thousands.
2,290.
You could have talked about the saves.
I couldn't find the number of those. The goals against was easier to find. I figured that'd be good enough. We got to keep you humble here in the booth, Sean.
That's no problem. Just start talking about my numbers. I'm very humble.
A very, very solid NHL career as Seidenberg fires it wide of the net. Olympic Games in Calgary as well. Represented your country well. 25 seconds remaining. Belarus. Long shot in on Grice. Brown bodies his man, not once but twice. And Christian Ehrhoff starts away with it. Doesn't like what he sees, so he'll circle back. Holzer takes over. Looking to gain the red line, steps over the line, chance for a shot here, but puck rolls off the stick of Corbanian Holzer, who takes a bump from Dukov. In a few words from 6'7", 229-pounder Oleg Yavenko. Great start for Germany through 20 minutes of play. A solid 3-0 lead on Belarus.
Score after the first period. Germany 3, Belarus 0. Счет после первого периода 3-0 в пользу команды Германии. Shots on goal in the first period. Team Belarus 4, Team Germany 12. Броски по воротам в первом периоде. Беларусь 4, Германия 12.
Чем бы ни увлекались, что бы ни любили и что бы любили не очень, наступает момент, когда все уходит на второй план. и нас объединяет.
Это наша игра, потому что хоккей в каждом из нас. Шкода – генеральный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
Беларуси Алексей Калюжный, номер 17. Номер 17. Номер 17.
The 2016 IIHF Player Statistics. Team Statistics. Live updates. And introducing Hockey Cards. Your face, your team, your card. Share it with hockey fans across the world. From any smart device, in your own language. The 2016 IIHF app, powered by Škoda. Škoda, simply clever.
Pirelli. I0.
Новая шина Pirelli I0 с уникальной технологией двойного шипа Dual Stat. Отличное сцепление и торможение на льду. Зимние шины Pirelli. Будь готов к русской зиме. Pirelli.
I0.
Крупнейший дистрибьютор автозапчастей мировых производителей. Автоматизация складской логистики, не имеющая аналогов в Восточной Европе. Собственный товарный знак «Автозапчасти Патрон» с 2004 года. Товарный знак «Патрон» зарегистрирован в 21 стране мира. Автозапчасти Патрон. Побеждаем вместе. Наш лед. Наша скорость. Наша надежность. Наш характер. Наша поддержка.
Наши победы. Это наша игра. Это наш хоккей. И этого у нас не отнять. Ингустрад. Официальный партнер чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016 года.
Back in St. Petersburg, where Germany leads Belarus 3-0 through 20 minutes of play. Wanted to take a moment here to send our best wishes to Patrick Knowles of Edmonton and his entire family. Patrick was a video journalist working with our friends at CBC up in Fort McMurray covering the wildfires, was in an unfortunate car accident and is in serious condition in Edmonton Hospital. From our entire TSN family to his mom Maureen and the entire Knowles family, our warmest wishes. Thoughts and prayers are with you and the entire family. Patrick works out of Edmonton. I see him there often, has a passion for the industry, and we hope that he gets well very soon. 3-0 Germany leading Belarus. Ryan Rashog alongside Sean Burke. Sean, what stood out for you for Germany in that first period?
Well, they were the team that was ready to play, and Belarus wasn't. I think Germany came out with a purpose, got a couple goals early, and now they're going to be really tough. They played tough against us and a team that can defend very well, so I know Belarus is going to have to get going here.
Well, Belarus does have one nice come from behind victory. Their last game against Slovakia, they were down 2-0 in that game. Scored 4 unanswered goals in the third period, and the crowd was loving it as Stash comes in off the right side. His stick explodes on him. Down into the corner, Linglet misses Platt at the blue line, and Belarus will have to regroup. Headman pass, broken up by Akdag. Daryl Boyle from Sparwood, BC, plays it into the corner. Akdag to Seidenberg, into the middle of the ice for Cahoon. Cahoon spins, runs into Andrei Kostitsyn, throws it to brother. Sergei in the middle of the ice, backhanded. Grice sees his first shot of the period. Just 4 shots thrown in on Grice in that opening frame. Belarus will have to get some more on him. Here's one coming from Yavenko, and that sails just wide. Oleg Yavenko played for Lake Erie of the American Hockey League last season. He is a big, tough defenseman. Puck pushed to the right wing boards. Lisovets trying to push it forward. Mueller back to collect it, stepping off. Good wheels in on Royal, but Royal manages to throw it around the far side. Thrown through the front crease area off the stick of Gavris. Leon Draisaitl back to help out defensively. Nobles throws it out to center. And back to pick up the puck is Lisovets. 3 assists in the tournament so far for defenseman Evgeny Lisovets and for Dynamo Minsk. Puck thrown down the ice, and that will come back on the icing. Well, Dave Lewis has some NHL experience. Coached with Detroit and Boston. Played 15 NHL seasons as well, Sean.
Sure, he had a lot to say in between periods to his hockey club. They haven't started out this period much better, although they've had a little bit of possession in the offensive zone, trying a lot of long plays, hope passes, and for a guy like Dave who has coached in Detroit, really understands the fundamentals and the strategy of the game. I'm sure he's not very happy with his club right now, and I would love to have been a fly in the wall in between periods.
The third North American-born coach to head up Belarus's national team bench. Glenn Hanlon and Kurt Fraser did it as well. Hanlon led them to their best ever finish at the Worlds in 2006 when they finished up in 6th place. Onto the right side. Pavlovich tries to move it ahead. Came up short on the dump, in and away comes Cahoon to Reimer. In over the line, puck poked away neatly by Korobov. Lisovets turned it over to Reimer. Puck over onto the far side and thrown in. Germany will change. Dmitry Korobov throws it up ice. Holzer bumps into Pavlovich. And Ehrhoff leaves it for Schutz. Felix Schutz scored a goal in the first period with a head of steam over the line. Gogula loads it up, blocked by Korobov. Christian Ehrhoff over to Holzer. Gogula, touch pass for Schutz, was behind him. Korobov throws it cross ice. Yavenko 12 fights in the American Hockey League last season. Crossed the line to Platt, but Charles Linglet was in offside ahead of the play. Linglet out of Montreal, Quebec, has 1 goal and 1 assist heading into this tournament. Playing for Dynamo Minsk. As mentioned, Belarus began the tournament in tough fashion, Sean. Would you rather get your tough games out of the way early? Because they faced Finland, the United States, and Canada right out of the gate, and they got smoked in all of them.
Well, I think for a team like Belarus, it's probably better to start your tournament with some of the easier games, get a little momentum, some points under your belt.
Shot in by Lisevets. Rebound was right there. Backhand. Just fired behind the net. A chance here for Belarus to get on the board. They will close the tournament out with a game Saturday against Hungary, and then they will take on France Tuesday. Germany with the tougher schedule to close. They opened against France, lost that game, but they will close against the U.S. Sunday and Hungary on Monday. Seidenberg dumps it in. Marcel Gox throws it behind the net. Dukov round the boards. Boyle can't handle it at the line. Sinan Akdag back to pick it up. Long headman pass. Leon Draisaitl working into the corner, gets bumped there by Linglet. Draisaitl maintains control. Nice play to Nobles. Back to the line. Nobles gets the return feed. Was looking for Draisaitl, but hit a man. Puck contested at the line, and now Belarus will clear. Draisaitl, not as much ice time as we thought he had in the first period of play, Sean. They don't seem to use him a lot.
Yeah, I was surprised looking at the ice times. He was a guy that I thought was a big factor in that first period, both at his own end and obviously offensively. He got a great goal there, nice pass. And watch a little bit of Thomas Grace's work here. The guy that I got to work with in Arizona, as I said earlier, really a professional, really works at his game. Teammates love him, stays out after practice doing shootouts for as long as anybody wants, and a great addition for Germany here midway through this tournament.
30-year-old adding a veteran presence between the pipes. Kenkel plays it to Stepanov. Tried to go all the way across the ice, but Reimer broke that up. Ehrhoff back out the other side, looks for Flaki. Stepanov was there to steal it. Flaki takes a hit, dumps it in. Lisevets looking up ice to Stepanov. Stepanov in over the line. Holzer keeping an eye on him into the high slot. Snapshot. Grice mishandled it with the glove, but made the save. Yavenko. Soft dump all the way down the ice. Linesmen say Holzer was close enough, no icing. All the way down the ice looking for Schutz. Ehrhoff with the headman pass. Knocked down beside the Belarusian net. Working down low is Schutz. Out to the middle of the ice. Yavenko is there to break it up. And that was Brown. Onto the left wing now. Turned back. Linglet hands it back to Yavenko. Korbov plays it ahead to Platt. Puck got past him. Rice plays it around in the corner. Mueller bodies his man. Linglet gets taken down. Penalty coming up against Germany. Extra attacker heading onto the ice. Platt. Down low. Kitterov, far side. Chance, shot blocked. And Felix Schutz will touch it. So a power play opportunity for Belarus when we come back. Look at Jeff Ward and Marco Sturm, the German coaching staff. Want to update you on a game going on over in the other pool in Moscow. Kasper Dojevans has scored his first of the tournament. 2-1 Latvia leading Denmark. All 3 goals in that game coming on the power play. And now a look for Belarus, trying to pull themselves back into the game here, Sean, with their power play, which did not look good on their earlier opportunity.
Oh, a great opportunity now for them to get back into this game. Hogger going into the corner there, gets a skate in, causes a trip, and if Belarus is going to get any momentum, here's a chance for them right now. And the Germans block a lot of shots, play really tough in front of their own end. They're going to have to earn everything they get. Most of their power plays looks like they're trying to set up Kostitsyn off the right side for the one-timer, so we'll see if they continue that trend.
Both Andre and Sergei part of the Belarusian power play. Sergei mans the point on the right side, Andre in the high slot. Neither has a goal yet, and there was a chance off the stick of Kostitsyn as it bounces away. Kirill Godovets with a goal in the tournament. A 7th-round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning back in 2009 is the fleet-footed number 2 for Belarus. This is Kaluzhny. Back to the line for Kostitsyn. Was pressured there by Gotch. Has to work his way down into the far corner. Kaluzhny, hurried by Reimer, turns it over. Puck chipped up and out of play. 39 seconds ticked off the clock on the power play so far. th World Championship for Alexei Kaluzhny. Played in 3 Olympic Games as well. Belarus very much the fan favorites here tonight. Crowd went crazy in the 3rd period of their comeback win a few nights ago against Slovakia. Linglet over to Gavris. Gavris gets it back. Korobov loads it up, blocked. And off the stick of Reimer, and Kink is the first one there and is able to throw it down the length of the ice. Dmitry Korobov away for Belarus, weaves through one man, tries to step around another. Puck dumped around the boards. Germany is there and easily cleared by Moritz Mueller. Tough time setting up here for Belarus. Whoa, puck played down on Vitaly Koval, who came out to play it, ended up leaving it and missed by a few feet. Away comes Stepanov, steps around his man, Stepanov scores! Oh, what a goal by Andrei Stepanov, and Belarus needed that. Back in the game, it's 3-1.
Great individual effort here by Stepanov for a power play that wasn't generating much. He just decides to take it from behind his own net, comes through the neutral zone, beats a defenseman, and a great shot over the glove of Thomas Greiss.
Konstantin Brown, the defenseman on this play, Sean, really got caught chasing the puck, didn't he?
He sure did, and as we said, they weren't doing much here. The Germans doing a great job for the first part of that penalty kill, blocking shots, getting the puck out of their zone, and one rush up the ice, a great individual effort. Belarus is back in this hockey game.
So could the comeback be on again for Belarus? Now down by 2 with 11:48 left in the 2nd period of play. A much-needed breath of life into this Belarus team, and they'll get in on the forecheck. All 5 goals in the tournament so far tonight between here and Moscow have come on the power play. Here's Belarus looking for more. Across the line, into the glove. Rebound is there. Another chance right in front. And just throwing it up over the net was Alexander Kidorov. Dave Lewis and company coming close to drawing within 1.
Well, all of a sudden, the Belarusians have some life here, and Thomas Greiss a little trouble handling that. And then the scramble's on. And a couple good chances here. The net gets taken off, and a lucky break for Germany here as they're under siege, and the net goes off, forces a whistle, and they get a chance here to regroup a little bit.
Now, how much time did you spend working on that glove with Greiss? Because 3 times we've seen here tonight, he's had a puck in the glove and it's bounced 4 feet in front of him.
Well, Greiss is a really unorthodox goaltender, not a typical butterfly guy. Usually has very good hands and catches a lot more pucks than a lot of the goaltenders in the National Hockey League. But as you've said, he's had a little trouble here, and that might just be, you know, sometimes you fly all the way over and your equipment's been sitting in your hockey bag and it just doesn't feel right for you.
And a nice save there off of Steetson in the middle of the ice. Belarus with the crowd support and the momentum, trying to work their way back from a 2-goal deficit. Holzer plays it around the boards. Seidenberg can't clear the line. Dumped down in. Ehrhoff is there, bothered by Kostitsyn. Christian Ehrhoff, backhand pass. Marcel Gotch away at center. Gotch to Kink. Kink circles back, looks for help. Gives to Gotch. Seidenberg, snapshot off the side of the net. Gotch, first one on it, takes a bump. And a penalty coming up here to Germany. And the extra attacker is on the ice for Belarus. He touched up here by Nobles. And so a power play that is struck once for them will get another opportunity. Marco Sturm looking on. And it'll be the former NHLer Marcel Gotch heading to the box.
Well, one way to let a team back in a hockey game is to take penalties, and we see Gotcher gets a stick in right before that. Stepping off again one more time. What a great individual effort. Head up, comes in and makes a great shot over the glove of Thomas Greiss. And the Belarusians have life here.
Stepping off back on the ice to start this power play, no surprise. Platt thrown out of the face-off circle. Linglet steps in, loses it clean. Royale with the hard rim, but stepping off there in time, can't hold the line.
За задержку соперника, бьющий малым штрафом наказан игрок команды Германии Марсель Гоч, номер 50.
Andrei Stepanov scored the game-winning goal against Slovakia in that comeback win. He's got a big one here tonight. Trying to get things set up on the power play. Stepanov, man hurt behind the net. That is Platt. Jeff Platt looks like he got banged up. He's going to get a chance here. Platt on the backhand, and Greiss came out. Platt shaken up. Looks like he may be bleeding from the mouth area. Has a word with the referee. Might have caught a high stick there. Had a chance to bury one, but couldn't.
Well, all of a sudden, Platt had a little extra jump in his step here when he saw that puck come out. He thought he was going to limp off to the bench. It's a good opportunity. Thomas Greiss making a good save after giving up a goal in his last shot. This is a good bounce back save. Belarusians here, all of a sudden, you can see they're a team that games we've seen prior to this one, they get momentum in the second half of the game, and tonight seems to be the same thing again for them.
Denny Royale, 6'3", 229 pounds. Bringing the physical element to the German lineup. Godovets will hold this in at the line. Sergei Kostitsyn. That's Stas and Kostitsyn working together in the corner. Back to Sergei. Lays it across. Godovets winds. Stas was creating havoc in front of the net. Godovets can't hold it in at the line. Kaluzhny dumps it in. Kostitsyn gets it back to Andrei Kostitsyn, off the wall, winds and fires. Blocker saved by Greiss. To the line, Kostitsyn, middle of the ice. Off the skate of his brother and down the ice. Andrei Kostitsyn shakes his head and heads to the bench. 30 seconds remaining in this power play for Belarus as Godovets will try and do it himself, dumps it in, gets in on Ehrhoff, manages to get it back, centers, Linglet. Back to the point, Kitterov. Far side, Lisovets. Lays it down low, gets it back. Godovets, shot, man in front. The puck is pushed aside and fired down the ice. Evgeny Lisovets up to Demkov. Linglet tried to sauce the pass back to Demkov. Nobles takes over to Draisaitl. Team's back at even strength. Leon Draisaitl tried to feed it through to Nobles. Off a skate. And Roman Dukov takes over. Dukov to Linglet on the right side. Dukov and Masik battling for it. Denny Royale throws it out to center. Kenkel takes that in the upper body. Sinan Akdag over the line. Akdag looking. This is Gavris. Moving it over to Platt, up the wall to Stepanov. 7:23 remaining in this second period of play. An important preliminary round game between Germany and Belarus. Two teams eyeing the fourth qualifying spot out of this pool. Kovershin. Puck played back down into the corner. This is Yavenko centering in front. Nobody could get a stick on it. Yavenko back to pick it up. Up ice to Kenkel. Cahoon will throw it in and head to the bench. Nifty play there by Kenkel to himself. Turns it up ice on the right side for Kovershin. Rims it around past Grice for Benny and Holzer. Down to Brown. Mishandles. Turns it over through the middle of the ice. Back comes Schutz. Has a goal for Germany here. Shot comes in from the point, hits Holzer. Played out to center, here's Schutz. Schutz working in across the line, waits for help. Saw Brown coming in off the point. His pass is broken up. This is Dmitry Korobov. Throws it down the ice, past all of his teammates and too far.
Goal correction.
And that is called on the icing.
For Team Belarus was scored by number 61, Andrei Stepanov, assisted by number 70, Charles
Dave
Lindgren,
Lewis,
and number
15
1,
NHL seasons he
Vitaly
played.
Koval.
Second IIHF World Championship that he's been coaching Belarus at. Face off to the left. Vitaly Koval. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Thrown towards the front of the net. Marcel Gotch goes to work, has Kink in front, tries to find him. And Vitaly Koval will flash the leather and cover up. 5:43 remaining. Germany nursing a 3-1 lead on Belarus here in St. Petersburg. Belarus with the only goal here in the third, and definitely with the advantage as far as shots on net go and momentum, John.
Yeah, this has been a tale of really two games here. Belarus coming out in this period, they didn't have much in the first in the way of offense and carrying the play here. Germany's got to find a way to get back in this game. I know they've got this 2-goal lead, but they can't be very happy about the way they're playing right now.
Leon Draisaitl in to take the face-off. Gets it back to the line. Royale to Mason. Winds and fires, scores! Well, the face-off win leads to a point shot. Brooks Mason with the big bomb from the blue line. And Germany gets a little bit back here late in the second period.
Well, just talking about not getting much offense, and they win a simple playoff face-off, a great shot from the top of the circle, a little bit of traffic. Draisaitl going to the net there. As you can see here, not a lot of chance for the goaltender. He's fighting off traffic in front. This shot perfect. I think it tips off the Belarusian defenseman there. A stick and right into the top corner, sticks into the net.
Lots of traffic right in front of the net too.
Lots of traffic. Germany going right to the crease. Simple face-off plays. We've talked about them a lot in this tournament. You fall asleep for a second, lose that face-off, it ends up in the back of your net. right now, big goal for Germany as they were sort of sitting back there, not getting much going.
Face-off seemed like a simple detail, but Draisaitl with a win there, something he's gotten better at into the second season of his NHL career.
Another element that a lot of teams spend a lot of time on.
Godovets with a headman pass. That was onto the stick of Andre Stash, but was bothered by the defenseman. Marcel Gotch pulls it. Made a bit of a move at the blue line there, and his teammate got in ahead of him. And a little discussion happening with Platt, Linglet. Kink in there as well. A fairly tame game so far, not overly physical.
No, a lot of stinky glove face washing going on there in that sequence, but for the most part, it really has been a pretty tame game. I thought the Germans in the first period, the big difference in that period was they were the physical team, and I don't think Belarus known for their physical play, but Platt here with a good hit frustrates Gotch a little bit, and there's some extra activity after the whistle.
Marcel Gotch had an injury this year, just 3 games played with Mannheim. 636 NHL games played though, 188 points, 5 teams. Was a very good two-way center, very good face-off man. Puck played in, Gogula right into the middle of the ice. Hogger Wines had some time there, but over to get down and block it was Alexei Kaluzhny. Draisaitl creating a little havoc in front of the net. Patrick Hogger in to take the face-off for Germany. And this time Belarus will get the draw. Around the boards, Kostitsyn is there, but didn't see the puck. Hogger keeps it in at the line. Shoots. Working into the forecheck, forces the turnover. Gogula in to help out. Kostitsyn over to Yavenko. To the blue line, Kaluzhny. In on the right side was Sergei Kostitsyn, who has a word with the linesman. Did not agree with that call. Dave Lewis coached the Red Wings 2002. 2004, the Bruins 06-07 as well. 135 wins, 83 losses, 21 ties, his record behind NHL benches. Very experienced head coach. Dumped into the corner. Brown first man there, plays it to Flackie. Flackie in a battle for it. Wins the battle, clears the zone. Cahoon hoping to sneak in behind the defenseman, but the puck was chipped away. Now off the boards. This is Korobov. Thrown in by Reimer. Back to pick it up is Evgeny Lisovets. Stepanov. Puck played into the middle of the ice, just over the line. And offside. How's the momentum gotten away from Belarus here? They've really slowed down in the late stages of the second here, Sean.
Sorry, Ryan. Yeah, they sure have. And, you know, again, they're a team that I think individually they can make some good plays, as we saw in the Stepanov goal. But it looks like they're trying a lot of these long passes instead of getting pucks deep, getting in and creating something off the forecheck. Team Germany sitting back, just content now to break up plays and make simple outlet passes. And I think if Belarus wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to work a little bit harder here.
3:53 on the clock. Leon Draisaitl in to take the draw. Puck is won back to the Belarus defense. They dump it in. Icing is waved off. Platt with good speed. Turns it over to Draisaitl. Played out to center. This is Dukov cross ice. Lisovets. Nobles over the line, gives it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl waits for the trailer, almost found Royale coming in from the point. Puck hopped over his stick, back out the other way. Nobles can't clear the zone. Linglet On the near side, Stosh right out in front, had Linglet lurking in the high slots, but he couldn't find the net. Draisaitl to the blue line. Little delay there. Put Bruce Masek offside.
Well, good chance here. As you see, Belarus spinning around, pass through the crease and just doesn't connect. Thomas Greiss, he said, just coming over here and seems to have settled into this game nicely.
Germany with a record of 1 win, 2 losses and a shootout loss as well. Belarus 1-3 on the tournament. Gives Germany the edge on them in points with 4. Seidenberg cycles it down into the corner for King. Has Holzer at the point, throws it to the middle of the ice, and Belarus will clear. Corbinian Holzer up the middle to Seidenberg. Christian Ehrhoff touches it ahead for Marcel Gotch, gets past him. And Yavenko back for Belarus. Onto the wall for Andrei Kostitsyn. Kostitsyn been in the KHL for 4 consecutive years. 398 NHL games played for number 46. As the puck got past him and down the ice, so he will have to remain on the ice. And the puck coming back into Belarus's end.
Well, look at some Australian fans here tonight, and although they don't have their team representing this tournament, great to see fans from all over the world taking in this event. You know, it's one of the great things about World Championships. It's viewed by so many countries, and you come here just to see the fans, the wave flag, the waves flying in the crowd, and different countries represented. I've always enjoyed international hockey for the hockey, but also for the fans and how into it they get.
No fans are louder on the road than Hungary's fans.
I would agree with you. I think Latvia up till this year would have been my pick as the best fans, the loudest fans, but the Hungarians have been well represented here, and they've been the talk of the tournament.
Absolutely. After each loss, their team lines up across the top of the face-off circles while their fans sing the national anthem to them. Gogula has a chance, waits, now he takes, and that's off the skate of Yavenko. And here's Kostitsyn. It's been a long shift, but he's got a little left. Tries to cut to the net, but bodied there by the back checking Sinan Aktag. Kostitsyn throws it across. Korobov. Back to Kostitsyn, looks for Korobov, hops over his stick. Darryl Boyle around the boards. Stepanov is there, chips it past his man. Gogula over to break that up. Nobles gives it now to Boyle. On to Marcel Gotch, bank play out to center. Korobov collects. Stepanov. Off the wing is Kevorkian with a head of steam. Back to Stepanov right in front. And Flaki comes away with it. And here his teammates urging him to get the red line. He does, dumps it in.
1 minute left in the second period.
Stepanov with the touch pass. Kevorkian working it across the line around Royale. Kevorkian behind the back pass. That play's broken up. Dominic Cahoon works his way through center across the line. Cahoon let the snapshot go, but got in ahead was a teammate, and that's whistled on the offside. Dominic Cahoon played a couple of years for the Sudbury Wolves in the Ontario Hockey League. 4 points entering this afternoon's action against Belarus. Not a lot of high-end talent on this team for Germany, Sean, but get by on some hard work.
Yeah, they play a really good team concept, and as they saw against Canada, they have some speed. They have the ability in their transition game to create some chances if you turn the puck over on them, and overall just a really good, solid team that has some experience on it.
Haven't seen a medal at the World Championship since back in 1953 when they won a bronze medal. They have 2 bronze medals. Actually, check that. A silver in 1930 and 1953, and a bronze in 34. 10th, 14th, and 9th, their last 3 finishes here at this event. Well, I imagine when you're hosting the following year like they are, co-hosting with France, you don't want to limp into that tournament. as
No,
high a ranking as you can get.
Yeah, you know, you want to show your home country that not only are you hosting a tournament, but you deserve to be there. And I think these guys have a lot of pride. I know Franz Reindl, who's, you know, handling a lot of the organizing for the tournament. He's very excited about it coming to Cologne, and I'm sure that's been mentioned to these guys, that this is a tournament where they're setting themselves up. You know, they want to compete and win a medal if they can, but more than anything, they want to be respectable, and they want to show going into next year that they deserve to be there.
Paris, France will be the other host city next year. Kirill Godovets, forced back. Gets the return feed round the boards for Platt. Ehrhoff moves it up to Nobles. And down to Godovets, and that'll do it as the buzzer sounds in what was a strong start for Belarus in that second period, but they definitely gave some play back. Germany leads 4-1 through 40 minutes here at Jubilee Arena.
Счет после второго периода 4-1 в пользу команды Германии. Shots on goal. In the second period. Броски поворотом во втором периоде. Team Belarus 10, Team Germany 2. Броски поворотом во втором периоде команды Беларуси 10, команды Германии 2.
Встречаешь любые испытания. А как насчет твоего лица? Ну...
оставаться лидером рынка без постоянного развития и роста. Преодоление хаоса в делах не только закаляет характер компании, но и делает ее чемпионом. Kyocera – это яркий пример эволюционного бизнеса. Мы помогаем нашим клиентам совершенствоваться. С какой бы проблемой ни столкнулся ваш бизнес, для вас всегда найдется надежное решение.
Все о спорте. Здесь и сейчас. Новости, видео, интервью. Попади в точку. Чемпионат.ком. Чемпионат. Главное слово в спорте.
Он всегда скрыт от взглядов. Его хватка не вызывает сомнений. Именно на нем все держится. И когда нужен результат, его обеспечит Церезит. За надежную хватку отвечает плиточный клей, а затирка за безупречный внешний вид. За результатом стоит Церезит. Качество для профессионалов.
Это больше, чем спортивная форма. Это знак почета, символ гордости. И когда они надевают его, они не просто игроки. Они атланты, несущие на плечах свою страну, храбро сражаясь против лучших в мире. Имя на спине вам ничего не скажет. Главное – это герб на груди. Самые яркие звезды хоккея съедутся в Торонто, чтобы выяснить, чья сборная сильнее. Кубок мира по хоккею 2016. Билеты уже в продаже.
Back inside Yubileni Sports Palace, where Germany leads Belarus 4-1 through 40 minutes of play. But if they've been paying attention to the tournament, Sean, they know not to take Belarus lightly. A team that has come back once from a 2-goal deficit in the third period. In a win over Slovakia, they scored 4 unanswered goals. And once you've come back once like that in a tournament, it builds in some belief, doesn't it?
It sure does. And Belarus had a good period there. Unfortunately, Germany only had 2 shots and scored on one of them. But midway through that period, it looked like Belarus was going to get back into the game. And I know Germany knows that they had a good third period against Slovakia, and they'll be well aware of that going into this period.
Both these teams eyeing the 4th qualifying spot out of this group into the quarterfinals. So this game definitely with some meaning as far as the standings go. Puck played in behind Belarus's net. This is Kink. Looks back to Holzer, instead plays it down into the corner. But Gotch wasn't there, and Belarus comes away. Linglet off the boards, but Platt had to hold up on the line, at the line to stay onside. Christian Ehrhoff away. Ehrhoff was converged on there. Puck turned over. Masick tries to get it back. And turned back up. Ice by Lisovets. Puck played down the ice, and that's coming back on the icing. Germany without a key part of their lineup, a guy you're familiar with, and Tobias Rieder, not available. Collided with Corey Perry in your game against Canada the other night. And Rieder, a valuable player, you know him well.
Yeah, he's an excellent hockey player. Very, very good two-way player. Great along the boards. You know, for a guy that's not really a big guy, he finds a way to dig pucks out, and he has some offense to his game as well. So this is, for Germany to be up 4-1 without him in the lineup is a good game for them so far.
We were hearing some whisperings from some of the German media that Rieder could be done for the tournament, though we don't know that officially yet. Head coach Marco Sturm saying after the game against Canada the other night he was going to be reevaluated by doctors. He tried to play after that collision with Corey Perry, but ended up leaving that game. Perry missed a bit of time, but seemed okay and finished the game for Canada. A steal here at the line. And away goes Gogula. In alone, Gogula fires. And save was made by Vitaly Koval. Chance for big Philip Gogula. Daryl Boyle now moving in from the point, throws it to the front. The rebound is sitting there, and Hager one-handed it, but couldn't get a stick on the puck. And away comes Sergei Kostitsyn, tries to drag it through a body and turns it over. Gogula has it with some help, waits, back to Boyle. Over to the other side, Aktag. Down behind the net, Gogula looks to the front, tries to center for Draisaitl. Knocked away from him. Yavenko onto the right side, that was Kenkel. Hands it off to Kostitsyn, who will dump it in and head to the bench on a change. Puck played around to the wall. Draisaitl lifts it high out to center. Grabbed by Kenkel. Moritz Mueller. Puck played over the line by Masick. Onto the far side, Nobles spins, looking for Draisaitl coming in. The pass misses him, and away comes Gavris. Fans on the pass over to Yavenko. He's hurried. He'll get another look at it. And Belarus clears. Royale knocks it back into his own end. Mueller back to pick it up. Thrown back to the point. Kirill Godovets. That goes off a body and out to center. Fans here at Yubileni Sports Palace trying to urge on Belarus, hoping for another third period comeback.
Look here at some physical play, and Lisovic takes a little elbow to the face there. Just before that, quick breakaway for Gogula, but blocks a shot at the blue line. He's in all alone. And a nice save by Koval here. We'll see if that comes back at some point. That one goes in. I think it's curtains here for the Belarusians, but we'll see if that save makes a difference at the end of the outcome here.
Charles Linglet takes it at center, working across the line. Urbanian Holzer with the back pressure, and Germany out the other way. Across the line, Reimer fires it wide. Over there to help out was Cahoon. And this is Flocky to Ehrhoff. Christian Ehrhoff fans on the pass. Forced back into his own zone. Gives it to Holzer. Middle of the ice. Off the skates of Reimer. Now picks it up, takes a hit, centers. Nobody there. Kostitsyn over to brother Andre. Kostitsyn gives it back to Ustenenko. Nikita Ustenenko for Kostitsyn. Kaluzhny takes it over the blue line. Andre Kostitsyn gives it back to Kaluzhny. Bump there by Brown. Sergei Kostitsyn works it down low. Andre. Brown throws it back behind the net for Sinan Akdag. Marcel Gotch down to help out as well. Gotch steps away with the puck. German captain works his way out to center ice. Winds and fires. That hits a stick high off the glass. Right in beside Kobel. This is Kink now down to Gotch. Works it to the front of the net. Kink takes it in behind now. Gogula checks in to help out. Kink spins off one man, cycles down to Gogula, steps around the referee. Hogger working his way out of the corner, high slot. Touch pass from Gogula over to Moritz Mueller. Good pressure here from Germany. Penalty coming up now to the Germans, however, as a little aggressive with his work in the corners was Marcus King through the cross check, and so Belarus will get another chance at the power play. Gotta hate those offensive zone penalties.
Yeah, Germany doing a great job of killing off some time here on the clock. A lot of possession here in the offensive zone, and then Kink just gets a little bit aggressive here. A cross check to the midsection, mid-back of Stepanov, and they have to kill a penalty off here. But those are the kind of penalties that just drive a coach crazy. When your team comes out, they've got a lead, and they're creating some pressure, and then all of a sudden the offensive zone, nothing's happening, you end up getting a penalty.
Kink didn't want to face the cameras, throws a towel, and then hides behind the stanchions. Hoping his team can kill one off here, that Belarus doesn't climb back into the game. They've already come back once in this tournament. Heinzman did not like what he saw off the draw, so they'll try it again. Marcel Gotch in for Germany. Defensive center, veteran NHL player, against Alexei Kaluzhny. Off the face-off. Gotch gets it to the sideboard. The pinching down was Kostitsyn. Back to the line, played across to Kirill Golovets. Thought about shooting, hands it off to Kaluzhny. Golovets walks the line, fakes the snapshot, nearly lost it. Here's Kaluzhny. Lays it down low. Golovets, far side, one-timer coming off the stick of Kostitsyn. That was blocked. Andre Kostitsyn. Over to Kaluzhny. Has Stosh down low. Golovets, Kostitsyn to Andre. Can't handle the pass. Cleared down the ice by Christian Ehrhoff. Kirill Golovets played last season with Rockford in the American Hockey League. Number 2 on the blue line for Belarus. Helped gain the zone, but retreats to the bench. Now, out the other way comes Brown with a shot in on net. And that save is made. Dmitry Korobov starting out. Working his way through neutral ice, hits Linglet. Pass bounced off his stick to the line and down the ice.
So far, a missed opportunity here by Belarus. Point in the game, desperate. Not much to show for it so far, and Germany doing a great job of getting in the shooting lanes. Belarus here not creating much on this power play.
That was Platt firing high and wide. That's got to be a pet peeve of a coach. Firing high and wide out the other side.
Yeah, and it's a pet peeve of your teammates as well. You work hard to go 200 feet to get an opportunity, and you end up basically killing off the penalty for the other team.
5 seconds left in the penalty to Marcus King. That'll all but do it for the Belarusian power play. No shots in the period so far for Belarus after having a decided edge in shots in the second period of play. Seventh place finish for Belarus at last year's World Championship. In fact, they finished 7th in back-to-back years. They've never won a medal, but as mentioned before, 2006, a very respectable 6th place finish under Glenn Hanlon. Back to even strength now. Puck fired all the way down the ice, and that is coming back on the icing.
Look at Tobias Reeder in the stands here. As mentioned earlier, one of Arizona's most reliable two-way players, and a guy that coaches just love to have in their lineup. They can use him at all kinds of situations, late in games when you're protecting a lead, and he has some offensive flair to his game as well. So Germany up 4-1 in this game, not missing him tonight, but a guy they sure like to have the rest of this tournament.
It was a 4th-round draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers. Never really caught on with their organization. You were with Arizona when they picked up Reeder, and they must have been thrilled with that trade.
Great trade by Don Maloney and Brad Treliving, who had a lot to say on that trade as well. And a guy that, when he came to Arizona, nobody knew exactly what to expect, and he's turned out to be not only a great two-way player, but a guy that teammates really respect and a guy that battles for them every night. So he's a real great addition for a young team and somebody that I don't think they expected to get in a deal like that.
Played a full 82-game season in Arizona, was healthy all year long, and wouldn't you know it, comes to the Worlds and gets banged up, so not available for Team Germany. Puck played in behind Grice, now back to the point. Stepping off the wall is Kenko, works his way to the front of the net. Draisaitl hits his own man, will try to clear, and now Masick comes away with it, chipping it ahead. Brooks Masick fires, and Vitaly Koval got across to make the pad save. Turnover in behind the net. Gogula takes over for Germany, back to the line. Holzer dumps it down behind the net. This is Schutz working out of the corner. Shot it high and wide. Schutz back to the middle of the ice for Gogula. Circles back as Schutz heading to the front of the net. Elects to cycle it down low. Hogger works in behind Koval. Patrick Hogger plays it off the net to himself. Play broken up. Gogula maintains possession for the Germans. Good pressure in the offensive zone here for Team Germany. Holzer was lurking in the slot, but Gogula can't find him with the pass. Puck lifted high, deep into Germany's end. Right down onto Grice. Ehrhoff had to be careful with it. And now fired down onto Koval, and both teams will get a much-needed line change. Look at that! Oh, what a mistake by Thomas Grice! An absolute gaffe, misplays it into his own net. And Belarus, who's already come back in this tournament once from 2 goals down, finds itself very much back in the game. It's 4-2. This is a goaltender's nightmare, Sean.
Yeah, Thomas Grice not seeing any action this period. I think he just sort of fell asleep a little bit here. And as we talked about earlier in the game, puck handling not one of his strengths. Not really sure, he couldn't decide if he wanted to play this on his forehand or his backhand. And by the time he turned his stick around, he off the heel and into his own net. We'll see how Germany responds, and obviously this will give Belarus a little bit of life here, and they haven't had much going in this period.
I know you know him, so I won't get you to pile on too much, but does a goalie ever play the puck on a backhand like that, or is that a no-no?
That would be a no-no, and I think Thomas, again, somebody that doesn't handle the puck real well, but really hasn't seen any action in this period. I think he just got a little bit lazy on the play and fell asleep.
Andre Stash with the goal, so with 10:20 left in the third period, Belarus draws within 2, a little bit of life, and we'll see if they can build off of what was a tough mistake from Thomas Grice, fresh off the plane here in St. Petersburg. Marcus King dumps it in. Lisevets leaves it for Kirill Godovets. 16 points in the American Hockey League with Rockford this last season. On the wing for Andrei Kostitsyn, he dumps it in. Konstantin Brown. Goes across ice to Seidenberg. Crowd very much back into this game now. Marcel Gotch is bumped. Kostitsyn steps across the line, working against 4 Germans who collapse on him. And Leon Draisaitl away with it. Can't clear the zone. Over to Gavris. Throws it towards the net, off the glass, behind the net. Draisaitl on the backhand, gives it to Brown. And Aktag over to help out. Brown bodies his man. Dukov plays it down low. Little pressure here for Belarus. Working his way in the corner is Kevorkian. And Sinan Aktag content to just play it high out to center. Christian Ehrhoff heard Platt coming, throws it behind the net. Holzer, chip pass to Masick, bounced over his stick down into the corner. Gavris on the forecheck. Holzer has it, hits a body but manages to clear. Onto the right wing, in across the line comes Andrei Stash, credited with that second goal for Belarus. And dumped in by Masick. Have any of those happened to you, Sean, over the years?
Well, 2,280 goals that you reminded me that I gave up. I'm sure there was a couple of them in there somewhere.
We'll focus on the positive as we move our way through the tournament. And away comes Germany. This is Patrick Hager with a little space. Kostitsyn closing on him. Hager drives and cleared away from the front of the net. Dukov out to center, throws it deep. Royale played out to Godovets. Couldn't corral the puck in time to turn that into opportunity. Roman Dukov cross ice. Linglet picks it up as he crosses the line, winds and fires, knew it was going to be blocked, throws it in on Greiss from a sharp angle, and why not throw everything on this guy right now? Belarus looking to draw within 1, it's 4-2. Should be in for a good finish here at Jubileeni Sports Palace. Ryan Rashog alongside Sean Berg. Germany opened up a 3-goal lead on Belarus, but they have clawed their way back into it. And now trail by 2 goals with 7:37 remaining here in the third period of play. And for Germany, looking to bounce back after a tough play from Thomas Greiss, who will, I imagine, try and bounce back from that. Sean, mentally, is it tough when you make a mistake like that to shake it? And mentally, how is Greiss with that type of thing?
Well, as a veteran goaltender, I think he's fine. Obviously, anytime you give up a bad goal, your next couple saves are so important. And for Belarus, with really nothing going, I think that was the first shot in the period. A real unfortunate goal, but I like the fact that Greisser's had a couple good saves since then, and I expect that Belarus will fire everything at the net they can from every angle right now.
Greiss just made a save off the face-off, a rare loss by Marcel Gotch in the defensive zone face-off circle. Ian Stash will line up and do it again. It was Lisevets with the long shot from his own zone, and Stash got the tip. And Belarus within 2. Lisevets over to the far side for Platt. Pass too high for Linglet, off the boards. And Holzer throws it to King. Korobov to Platt. Dishes it back to Korobov as he falls. Far side, Stas. Puck moved to center. Linglet will regroup. Charles Linglet from Montreal, Quebec. Played 5 NHL games with the Edmonton Oilers in 2010. Dukov over to Korobov. Into the middle for Kaliuzhny. And Christian Ehrhoff throws it ahead for King. Goes off the back of his leg. Laid on down to Holzer. Not a lot of tape-to-tape passes happening right now, Sean.
A lot of play in the neutral zone here. And Team Belarus still trying a lot of those long plays. I think they're going to get back in this game. Not only got to get in the forecheck, got their defenseman activated on the rush here a little bit.
Agdag onto the wall for Jerome Flackie. Out to the middle of the ice and dump back in. Flackie over to Darryl Boyle. 4-year member of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Had Reimer streaking through the middle, but the puck bounced over his stick. Thrown to the middle of the ice, picked off. And away comes Gavris. Has time. Gavris in. Saved by Grice. A great chance for Belarus there to draw within one. And Thomas Grice, looking like he's shaken off the mistake, makes another big save. Nikita Ustenenko. Puck played through center ice. Stepping off. Loses the handle. Mason leaves it for Draisaitl. Draisaitl has Mueller. Tries to dish it across, but on the back check to break it up was Gavris. The tail end of his shift in which he almost scored. He heads to the bench now, and Stas checks in. Down the left wing board, steps around Royale. Platt spinning with it. Jeff Platt back and forth along the boards. Backhand pass all the way across ice to Stash. Stash gets it back, fires. That hit Royale up high. Might have got him in the head. Puck back out the other way. This is Gogula. Over the line, drops for Schutz. His shot is blocked. Hager maintains control, gets it to Schutz, who puts it on in behind Koval. Dmitry Korobov looking up ice, stretch pass, this time it works, onto the stick of Kidorov. He turns it over, Germany back the other way, another turnover, and away goes Kidorov. In across the line, has help, finds it in the form of Dukov, who rolls the puck in to the right of Grice. Kirill Godovets back to collect it. Roman Dukov back to Godovets. 4 minutes remaining. Belarus needs to get something going. Godovets in off the right side. Glove save by Grice. Back to the line, Dukov. Tried to play it down low to Kostitsyn, missed him. Over to Sergei Kostitsyn. Kostitsyn moving in, working top of the slots. And he just lost the handle. A great chance there in a dangerous area for Sergei Kostitsyn. And Germany will dump it in and change. That's the guy you want to have the puck on his stick in that area. 06-07 in London, 131 points in 59 games under Dale Hunter in London. Has yet to find the back of the net though in this tournament. Sinan Akdag back to collect the puck for Germany, takes a bump, moves it around to Brown. Loops it high out to center. And Yavenko back to pick it up. Off the boards, down the ice, stretch pass to Stepanov. He gets bumped. Gogula lifts it out to the middle of the ice. Hager cuts to the middle of the ice. Hager dishes, waiting. Round the back of the net comes Schutz. Couldn't quite corral the puck to try the wraparound. Ustenenko plays it ahead. Stash on the touch pass. Off the boards. Back to Ustenenko. Evgeny Lisovets with Jeff Platt. Hands it back to Lisovets. Keep an eye on the Belarus net with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Trailing by 2 goals. We'll see how aggressive Dave Lewis wants to be with the extra attacker. When do you like to see a goalie come in a 2-goal deficit?
Well, I think right now, 2 minutes, anytime you get around the 2-minute mark, it'd be probably a good move. They're not creating a lot, Belarus, right now, and they've got to get that extra guy out there as soon as they can, try to get a goal here quickly.
Lewis was trying to signal to Koval to come, but he didn't. And now an unfortunate play here for Belarus, as it looks like they're going to be penalized here. So they might not get an opportunity to pull a netminder just yet. Waiting the call here from the referee. And it looks like it's going to be Sergei Kostitsyn heading to the box.
Thomas Greiss with a great breakaway save. We talked about the tough goal he gave up here, but as a veteran guy, he comes back and not only makes a good save, but an important save for him, important save for his team. And what that does, it lifts your bench right up. You know, obviously he gives up that tough goal, long shot, and they're all wondering on the bench, is this guy all of a sudden gonna crack here? And he comes back, makes a great breakaway save to keep his team in this game.
So 1:55 left on the clock. Belarus has to kill a 2-minute penalty, but they need 2 goals. And so do you pull your goaltender to even it up?
I think you do. I think you wait, obviously, until you get some possession here. Belarus looking for a lot of long plays, looking to spring guys on breakaways, but you're going to need that 5th guy out here. You're not going to get any opportunities being down shorthanded right now. So as soon as they get possession of the puck, I look to see Koval come out.
And that is a costly penalty for Sergei Kostitsyn as far as the comeback effort goes, as Masick unloads from the high slot. Leon Draisaitl into the middle, shot by Masick. Rebound is there. Reimer had it on his backhand. Over to Draisaitl, middle of the ice. Masick, a 3rd opportunity. This one goes high and wide. Hero Godovets lifts the puck high. Lewis waving to Koval to come to the net, to come to the bench. But Germany took possession, so they wait. And Koval remains in his net. Far side Reimer. Cross ice to Masick. Flacchi down to Masick. Dishes for Draisaitl. To the line, Christian Ehrhoff. Final minute of play. Throws it to the net. That bounces dangerously off the side and thrown in front where Masick was. Masick to Draisaitl. Winds, waits, dishes. Flacchi at the side of the net. And a nice setup off the stick of Leon Draisaitl, but Jerome Flacchi, the Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick, could corral it and couldn't get it up.
Germany doing a good job here of keeping possession of the puck. We talked about Koval probably coming off here as soon as Belarus gets possession, but Germany not allowing possession. Some quick plays to the inside and getting some good chances on this power play.
3 or 4 good looks so far and eating up the clock. Just under 50 seconds remaining. So barring a miracle here, Germany will go on to pick up a much needed victory. Elisabeth's bothered by shoots. Yavenko right out in front. Gogula with a good chance, and that shot up and over Koval. Here comes Kostitsyn, and now Koval will head to the box. Andrei Kostitsyn across the line, snapshot, rolls wide, shoots, looks down ice at the empty net. Gogula can't kick it ahead to himself. Dukov steps around one man, dumps it in. Boyle got a glove on it, throws it out to center. Out to Gogula with the awning cage. Gogula fires and scores, and that'll do it. Germany now leads 5-2. They will pick up a valuable 3 points for the victory here, moving them to a total of 7 points. And Gogula, the team's leading scorer, adds another one to his total. So a much-needed win here for Germany, Sean. A team that started the tournament slow. A loss to France, a big loss to Finland, win over Slovakia, and then a loss to Canada. This could really turn things for them.
Yeah, we talked about the injury to Reeder's not going to help them, but getting a spark from Thomas Greiss, who, although he gave up a tough goal tonight, thought was very solid. And a team that played well against Canada, gave himself some momentum and had a good game here tonight. So I think this is a team that's building at the right time.
So the comeback Belarusians from the other night don't have another miracle in them. There will be no comeback on this night. 5-2 the final score. Germany picks up 3 valuable points. Belarus goes home with nothing. That'll do it from here from Yubileni Sports Palace in St. Petersburg. Germany 5, Belarus 2.
5-2 в пользу команды Германии. Shots on goal in the third period. Team Belarus 4, Team Germany 5. Shots on goal in the entire game. Team Belarus 18, Team Germany 19. Броски поворотом за третий период. Германия 5, Беларусь 4. Броски поворотом за весь матч. Германия 19, Беларусь 18. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded by Raiffeisen Bank International, official sponsor of the 2016 IIHF Hockey World Championship. Дамы и господа, Raiffeisen International Bank, официальный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016 года в России, учредил специальные призы лучшим игрокам матча. The prize will be presented by Alexander Gagiev, First Deputy Minister of Sport and Tourism of Belarus. Приз вручает Александр Гагиев, первый заместитель министра спорта и туризма Беларуси. Best Player of Team Belarus. Лучший игрок матча в команде Беларуси признан. Number 61, Андрей Степанов. Номер 61, Андрей Степанов. The prize will be presented by Maria Tsedevey, Head of Marketing and Media Department of Expo Forum International. Приз вручает Мария Цедевей, руководитель управления маркетинга и СМИ компании Expo Forum International. Best Player of Team Germany. Лучший игрок матча в команде Германии. Number 1, Томас Грайс. Лучший игрок матча в команде Германии, номер 1, Томас Грайс.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the game winner, Team Germany. матча волонтерам за отличную работу и создание радужной атмосферы в спортивном комплексе «Юбилейный», а также на всех объектах инфраструктуры чемпионата. Спасибо. News from Moscow. Current score of the game between teams Denmark and Latvia. The score is draw. Denmark 2, Latvia 2. В Москве подходит к концу третий период матча между сборными Дании и Латвии. Счет равный 2-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 IIHF World Championship will continue tomorrow in Jubilee Arena at 12:50 with the game Finland against France. Дорогие друзья, IIHF чемпионат мира 2016 продолжится завтра в 12:15 на нашей арене игрой Финляндия-Франция.
Им бы мы ни были, чем бы ни увлекались, что бы ни любили и что бы любили не очень, наступает момент, когда все уходит на второй план, и нас объединяет одно.
Это наша игра, потому что хоккей в каждом из нас. Шкода – генеральный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
номер 7. Team Belarus is playing at full strength. Команда Беларуси играет в полном составе. 5-2 в пользу команды Германии.
Introducing the 2016 IIHF Player Statistics.